First out to you, Jamie Simko, thank you for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
How did you meet Jodi Arias, and what was your first impression of her?
Well, I was also at that convention with Travis, and yeah, I just met him. Travis and Jodi were hanging out in the food court at the MGM Grand, and yeah, first thing I saw her, I was just like, man, this girl's gorgeous, and oh, it looks like Travis is going for it, so, good for him.
Could you tell me about the time that Travis, Jodi Arias, and others were hanging out in a jacuzzi? What happened?
Yeah, we were hanging out after a business event, just kind of casually kicking back. And,
I'm very jealous, Jamie Simko, because when I go out of town for work, I never get to boil in a jacuzzi. It kind of sounds a little fun, minus all the deadly STD germs floating around in it. But it does sound kind of fun. But back to you in the jacuzzi. Let me just get that mental picture back in my head. Go ahead. Tell me about Arias in the jacuzzi. I want to hear this.
Yeah, so me and a friend named Chris Hughes and Travis and a few other people were hanging out in the jacuzzi. And this was in Murrieta, California. And Jodi had come driving in from the desert area that she'd been living at the time. And it had only been a few months that I think her and Travis were talking or dating at this point. Anyway, she comes rolling in, and she pretty much just out of nowhere jumps in the jacuzzi. She's got her bathing suit ready, and immediately sitting on Travis's lap, and they're just kind of hanging out, being cute. And yeah, there was this kind of conversation that we all had, and it was in reference to some other woman that Travis was talking to, and Travis and Chris were talking about her. And then Travis kind of looks over towards Jodi, and he's like, yeah, but you know what? She ain't no Jodi.
What can you tell me about another Mormon gentleman that meets Arias and falls hopelessly for her and immediately decides he's going to leave his wife and children to be with Jodi Arias? What happened?
Well, before I say this story, I'm going to state something. I'm going to set something apart here.
Okay.
A lot of the men you've been interviewing on your show are also Mormons, and a lot of them are married. And, a lot of them, they're saying it, but they're not really saying it how they like to say it or how it really should be said. They're saying, oh, she was attractive, or she was a cute girl. Let's get something straight. When I first laid eyes on her, I said, wow, this girl is smoking hot. And then once I got to know her a little bit, I'm like, not only is she smoking hot, she's one of the nicest people I've ever met in my entire life.
I take it you are not Mormon.
I'm not Mormon.
All right, I'm just putting the pieces together. Okay, now that we have established Jodi Arias is, quote, smoking hot, I disagree. Because when I see her, I see blood running down her wrists. Okay, that kind of detracts from any physical attractiveness one may perceive, the whole blood, the whole murder thing. Now, thank you for establishing on the record, Mr. Simko, that she's smoking hot. Can we get to...
When I first met her, that was my impression. I'm with the eye of hindsight.